Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. Aquarius, this is your April reading. We're going to start with a little bit of astrological downloads. I never can say this. Astrological downloads, looking at the stars for you, and then we'll get into the reading, okay? So, Aquarius, in your sign you do have Saturn and Mars. Mars, they just conjuncted too. Not they just conjuncted, sorry. Did they? Something was happening. No, Neptune and Jupiter conjuncted yesterday. It's going to last 11 days. So that's your second house in Pisces, right? And I think the North Node was squaring Saturn or Mars. But anyway, Mars and Saturn in your sign. Your ruler is Saturn, as well as Uranus, obviously. It's your modern ruler, but Saturn is your ancient ruler. So Saturn cares about you. Saturn wants to teach you things. Saturn cares about everybody. All the planets are here to help us read the maps of our life and ease our journey through our astrological birth chart. All these are little cheat sheets that Spirit has given us, when we came on Earth. So Saturn is your ruler. Saturn is the teacher, it's restrictions, it's discipline. Now, so this Saturn has been in your sign for a while now. And it's about to enter Pisces a couple of months from now. But Saturn is your ruler, so take advantage of this. It is familiar energy to you, although you might not know it or like it. You really navigate well with Saturn in your sign, as well as Uranus. You're your rulers. Look at where Saturn is in your chart. That could be of help to you as well. And so Saturn and Mars. Mars is stubborn, Saturn is disciplined. So they might be butting head. They could be butting head. Saturn is so much more mature than Mars. Mars is very impetuous. Mars is very young energy. It's kind of that Knight of Swords energy. It's impulsive. It doesn't really think, but it is very passionate. So is that wrong to be led by your passion? Is it? I don't know. But I feel like there's a plan that needs to be established here with the passion in question, whatever it is. Like strategy. You have to have a strategy. Okay? And that's what Saturn is asking of you right now. So you are very social energy. You are a very social sign. You are a fixed sign though, so you could be stubborn too. So be careful with that. Have a plan. It's really good that you're passionate about something, someone, but you need to take into consideration your environment too, or the environment of that passion. Okay? Now, we do have, like I said, Pisces, your second house. We have Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune, ancient. Jupiter, ancient, Neptune, modern ruler of Pisces. This happened 400 years ago. We're never going to see it again. Our children are going to see it. Our grandchildren. I mean, it's banging. It's wow energy. It's magical. It's where dreams become reality. Pisces is imagination, but with Jupiter and Neptune, these imaginations, these dreams, these manifestations, this reverie can become reality. Okay, so take advantage of that too. I feel like there's something you're really passionate about, but you just need a plan. It is possible. You definitely feel like that because you're so driven and you're so hyped up about it. But you have to be careful. You have to have a plan. You don't want to hemorrhage all this passion, this creativity, or this love, this good feeling, and waste it. You have to have canals of, procedure where you can let the energy flow in a contained, very productive manner. You see what I'm saying? So your second house, definitely you're maybe thinking about your future. You're maybe thinking about buying a home. You're maybe thinking about changing your career. You definitely want to feel good. You're very giddy. You kind of are very childlike right now, but in a fun way. You're fun. You're fun. You're excited. I just want to emphasize that you do have to. It's all good to be passionate and giddy and all that stuff, excited, but use it for creativity, or maybe it is something creative you're creating, but also don't forget the adulting part of it. Okay, the responsibility. Saturn is responsibility too. All right, guys. So yeah, this looks weird because you're seeing my shoulder, and I saw it. I was like, what is in my hair? You know. Let me lift it up so you can see it's kind of cut out because it looks weird otherwise. You guys don't understand what is going on with my shoulders, right? Hold on. It's kind of hard when the phone is already put in. Yeah, maybe this way. Woo! Well, you just saw my crazy face and my hair now. Oh, well. Here you go. See? It's kind of cut out. So anyway, where were we? Aries, your third house. A happy, equinox. It's been a while. It was on March 21st. New moon to April 1st. So new moon in, what was the new moon again? Aries. Duh. So yeah, we had a lot of like new energy coming in with this Aries season. The equinox on the 21st, or Astara, they call it in the pagan culture. We had the new moon, like I said, in Aries on the 1st. And let's not forget, Chiron is there too. And Aries is the first house. Number one is, the magician. So this is definitely the time to make your dreams real and to pursue your passions, but with responsibility and maturity and strategy. Like I said, you're feeling really lively right now. I feel like for some of you, if you feel tired or something's wrong with my oven. It looks weird. Anyway, if you've been feeling tired or you had some kind of health scare, health problems, you're just feeling like blah, this is changing. This is changing for you, Aquarius, okay? Your second, this is your third house too. So it's like communicate what express your feelings, express your passion. Yes, because Aries is your third house. Be courageous, but don't be reckless. That's what it is. Be courageous, outspoken, but don't be reckless. All right? Don't put yourself on the spot. So put yourself in the spotlight, but not in the spot. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's your third house. Communication, communicate. Because what you have to say right now is very valuable, And you could even help someone with your opinion or whatever you say. That could be too, somebody needs to hear what you have to say. So don't be afraid to speak. Okay? So then in your fourth house of Taurus, we do have Uranus and the North Node. So again, this is you're wanting to feel good. You're wanting to feel good. You're wanting to feel happy. You are, screw it, I'm going to be happy. You are deciding to be happy again. It's a really brand new feeling for a lot of you. And it just happened overnight, But it didn't happen overnight. There's a click that happened inside of you. And everybody has that click, that switch. We just sometimes lose it. But we all have that in us. That switch that makes us make the sovereign decision of living our life and not letting anything get in the way. Our trials, our tribulations, whatever happened, we take it and we're like, that's not who I am, or that's not me. I am a happy person. I deserve the best. I have determination, I have courage, and I am worthy, okay? So the North Node, and this is really good, It's a really good shift in energy that is going to actually put you in the spot for your future, put you in the spotlight for your future. That is going to pretty much bring in a lot of good things for your future, because when you're in this energy, you can create magic here. Okay, and you are an idealist, so it's like really, really don't be afraid to dream. Okay, Aquarius. So now the North Node is in your fourth house, so the South Node is obviously in your 10th house. So your 10th house of Scorpio, the South Node. Yeah, it's ripping apart old foundations, old programmings. That's what it is. Deep programmings. There's something you understood about a trauma that happened to you, or traumas, and I think you figured it out. You have gained emotional maturity, Aquarius. How could you not? Saturn is in your sign. Makes sense, right? That's what Saturn brought to you. So you can say, thank you, Saturn. Saturn brought emotional maturity for Aquarius, okay? All right, let's count the cards, guys. Aquarius. astrological cards for Aquarius first, and then Astro dice, and then we'll get into the Tarot and Oracle. So, Spirit, what do you have for Aquarius? April. Aquarius, April, please, Spirit. What do you want to emphasize for Aquarius in April? The numinous, which is the star, the unknown. This deck is called the numinous deck. So you got the star card of this deck. It's the numinous. It's a star. So you see, it's very mystical. See that you have the pyramids, you have the crystals, you have the moon in the back. This is amazing energy. This is magic on its own. It's stardust, it's magic, it's the North Node, it's the unknown, it's spirit, it's the ethers. It's a magical energy, very spiritual. It's, you know, it's psychic abilities as well. It's the cosmos, the universal truth. It's source. It's unnameable. It's shadow work too. So like I said, you guys have done a lot of shadow work that brought you to a certain inner knowing that allowed you to have perspective and heal this shadow, you know, these ghosts that were like living inside of you. So this also has heightened your intuition because you connected to the source energy, you know, which is you. Essentially, we are source. You've tapped into your divinity, and now you've healed. You've healed. Okay. So let's get into the Astro dice. There's an enigma you've solved. Okay, 10th house, Scorpio, South Node, yep. Scorpio is your 10th house, and there's a South Node. That's the healing. The ripping apart of the foundations. Gemini, communication. But it's your 4th house. No, Gemini is your 5th house, communication, yeah. Communicating your passions. Exactly. Communicating your passions. Not being afraid to speak up of what you love, what makes you feel good, and demanding it too. Because you deserve it and that's what you want. There's no shame in asking for what you want. Is there? And here we go. South Node. Where your 10th house. The South Node is in your 10th house. There's another confirmation there. The South Node is in your 10th house of Scorpio. So that's that healing. I think something you've healed also is like you've healed this part of you that was afraid to speak up, this part of you that was afraid to express yourself. It's very funny because yesterday, who did I do yesterday? They had the same problem of expressing something. I don't know. Who was it? Sorry, let me just look. I don't remember now because they're all written, but I rolled the dice to see what sign's coming first. But I think yesterday I did Taurus. Guys, I don't know. But anyway, this thing that healed for you guys, Aquarius, is also your throat chakra. Definitely your throat chakra has healed. That's one of the major healings that happened for you this time period here. Maybe the last 3 months or even more for some of you. I could suspect even a year, right? Even 5. So you are learning to express yourself, your feelings. You're vocal and you're also courageous. You know, it's like, not only is it like you're speaking, you've decided, you found this strength, you found this like courage to not be afraid to express your emotions, and also the way you dress. So it's affecting the whole thing. It's your whole being. I told you, it's kind of like something in you healed, and you're tapped in now into your being. You're tapped into your divinity. You're tapped into your mighty power, your goddess energy, your God energy. It's an awakening. Okay? There's an awakening here that has brought back your sovereignty. You're awakening into your sovereignty. That's what's happening here with this, especially with this numinous card. Okay? So, let's get into reading now. We're going to get an overall energy. Well, we did start the reading already, but I mean, it was still a little bit astrological, but now we're going to get into the Tarot and the Oracles. We're going to get an overall energy for Aquarius, please, Spirit. Aquarius. There you go. Door to personal healing and happiness. That is exactly what is happening. Exactly. You're tapped in. You are tapped in. Okay? Door to personal healing and happiness is 7. It's a very divine number. Look at the rainbow. Look at the dove. It's freedom. It's freedom. It's very light-weighted energy. It's peace, serenity, balance. Finally. Okay, guys? A very good card to start with. Well, let's see. What is some of this healing might have been? I love that card. Beautiful. So appeasing. The lotuses. Yeah, it's an awakening. It's a rebirth. You're definitely tapped in right now, Aquarius, okay? I heard you feel alive again. Yes, look at that. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Beautiful. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So you have trust. You're trusting yourself. There's self-confidence. There's self-esteem. And that, my friends, is opening the door to your personal healing and your personal happiness. I think you've been doing the healing already for a while, like I said. And now you're about to enter into pure happiness. The sun energy. Joy. And you won't be afraid to express it in whatever way. Through your creativity, through your words, your style. Okay? It's a very notable change. People see it too. It's a very noticeable, change that people see and makes you more attractive. Attractive, obviously, enticing and mesmerizing and just mysterious. Remember, we had the mystery card. You're really tapping into your divinity. You're really tapped into your divinity right now. You're shining. Okay, let's get into the tarot now. Spirit, details, please. Aquarius. It's like you found you again. You found a part of yourself that was missing for a really long time. Wow. Okay. Look at that. 5 of Swords. See how they're pinned down? This was all the thoughts, all the, the things that you hadn't figured out yet, that you didn't know. It was pinning you down. It was keeping you stuck. Okay, it was keeping you in lethargy, in barricades. It was imprisoning you. You had these, energetically, it was just very heavy. You might have even felt tired. Like I said in the beginning, some of you if you felt sick, you felt like lack of energy. That's what happened while you were doing the healing. That was your body telling you something was wrong. Something had to be done. Something had to be balanced or transmuted or acknowledged in order to heal it. And that's when you open the door to personal happiness, to healing and personal happiness. Because then you have the Lovers. The Lovers is Gemini. Remember, you guys have Gemini here. That's your 5th house. Your passions are awakening again. You're feeling passionate again. And that might bring a lover. Like I told you, you're being very noticeable. You are very mysterious. You're very attractive. So this, you might be even calling in your soulmate. And also, this is you. This could be you finding yourself again, like I said. You know, it's your light and your dark. It's your higher self and yourself. This could be you just finding yourself. You falling in love with you again. Falling in love with yourself again. And then you have the King of Swords. You standing in your sovereignty, like I told you. See the falcon? Is it a falcon, an eagle? I don't know. Anyway, this gentleman here looks very powerful, very decisive, very determined. This is kind of your energy too, Aquarius. King of Swords. You guys are a very mysterious sign too. You guys are very connected to spirit, to codes. You're the star, for God's sake. It's like you get codes, you get downloads out of nowhere. But the thing is, like, sometimes downloads, you know, it has to be matched. It has to be, we get the downloads, then our intuition translates the downloads. Now, what is intuition though? It's a gut feeling. It's being connected to your soul source energy. It's being connected to the magic. But you have to know how to decipher it. Now, your problem, Aquarius, could be that some of you have a hard time dropping into your heart space, and you're like not translating it in 3D translation, but just letting it in and feeling it. You know what I mean? It's like you have a hard time listening to your intuition because you get confused. Is it air source or is it intuition? You know what I mean? So Spirit wants you to really, don't forget who you are. It is your nature. It is your archetype, you know? But this is actually also, it's like you have to have the right balance, okay? And also, like I was telling you, this is also telling me that you need that practical plan. Remember I was telling you, you have Mars and Saturn. You have the passion, hell yeah. You have Gemini here, you have Lovers, which is Gemini, which is your 5th house of expressing the Swords energy with self-esteem, knowing that you possess gifts of the soul that benefit not only you, but even others. There's something you need to say that someone needs to hear. Remember I told you. And accept your inner voice, because it will always guide you. But also, you need a practical plan, especially if this is something creative. That's where Saturn comes in. Okay, guys? The Magician. I said it earlier, right? Something about the Magician. I don't remember. I was downloading. It was a download. I don't remember. I spoke about the Magician, though. I remember that. So yes, this is your personal happiness, your power, your sovereignty, like I said. Your intelligence, your spiritual intelligence, your physical intelligence. You know, this is all the elements. The Magician has all the elements. But you have to, we always have all the elements. This is almost like saying it's a 1, that the clock has been reset for you because you've opened this door to personal healing and happiness. A new cycle is opening up for you, obviously, like I said. And now all this good energy is coming towards you. It's passion, it's creativity, it's love of life again, it's determination. It's just like living. You're living, okay? Now you have all these tools. You have the cups, the emotions. You have to balance all these energies to get the magic, to get the best product or the best outcome. You have to put in all 4 elements. That is what balance is. That's when you're connected, really. That is when you are at your maximum power potential. That's where you are the Magician, okay? So the cups, the emotions, the air, the intelligence, the thought, the planning, the research, the knowledge. Then you have the fire, the passion, the drive, the courage, the energy, the life force. And then you have the pentacles, the practicality. And actually manifesting it here on Earth. Okay, so you have to take in consideration all these elements, Aquarius. All right. Now, because the King of Swords has showed up here, I feel like don't focus. And since it is your archetype, the swords, the King of Swords, you don't want to. It's like Spirit is asking you to trust not only, and to also kind of incorporate all the other elements. It's good. You're really good right now. You're standing in your power. You're showing up. But don't forget the mystical part of things. Don't forget the non-practical things. I mean, the non-visible. Don't forget the mystery, okay? The mystery of life. Remember, we got the numinous deck. Don't forget the mystery part, okay? The non-visible part, you know, the otherworldly part, okay? The unknown, ESP, you know, don't forget that part too. I'm going to leave this here, the numinous card. Okay, one last card, please, for Aquarius. So you're really, there's a very creative energy around you. It's a very magical creative energy. I know you probably feel it. And this is, you know, because you've healed. You've healed, maybe not fully, but you definitely opened this door. You've healed enough to open this door of possibilities, to open this door of wonder and, excuse me, of blessings in front of you, of calling in, you know, really beautiful things to you. Even a lover, a connection, you know. Seven of Cups, yeah, there was sadness. This is what you were healing. Abandonment issues. Betrayal. That's what you healed. That's a healing that occurred here. All right. There you go. So yeah, you're very tapped in right now. That's what I want to say. Okay. All right. Let's get the last two cards, the oracles. More oracles. Let me just look at the cards here if I see if I have another message. We do have the South Node, so that's what you healed. South Node is in Scorpio, sorry, Seven of Cups is confusion. I'm sorry. I thought it was the 5, but who cares? You healed some three of Swords. You healed some 5 of Cups. You healed it all. Okay. You healed like emotionally. You definitely healed emotionally. And it was deep trauma. Very deep trauma. Because the South Node kind of energy. It was the South Node kind of energy. You know, it's in Scorpio. I mean, we're all going through this right now. But then it depends what Scorpio is in your chart. And for you, it's the 10th house. So it's like uprooting all those like shadowy thingies that were like those monsters that were in the closets, those ghosts. That's why I said it was something like really deeply enrooted in you. So this is confusion though. But still, you know why I thought it was the 5 of Cups? Because look at this card. I mean, he's like on the floor. But the 7 of Cups normally is somebody looking at, you know, wonderful things. But I just saw the snake and that's why I looked at the card again. Because it reminded me of the 7 of Cups in the original right away, where in each cup there's something. So you need to really also, see, this is why the planning is important. This is why your intuition is important, to know what cup has something to offer that can, you know, lead you to a successful outcome in whatever you are trying to achieve or enterprise or create. So that's why you're going to have to be this King of Swords, which you are already. So discernment, being rational, planning, being very meticulous, you know, Saturn energy, taking your time, not rushing, looking at every detail. Yes. But also don't forget there's the Magician too. So you have to make the most of both worlds. The non-visible, the ethereal world, and the physical world. Your mind, your body, and soul. There's balance needed. I mean, isn't there always balance needed? Isn't balance, always needed anyway in anything? There has to be, I mean, balance is the light and the dark. Balance is the black and the white. Balance is the positive, the negative. That's what, it's a law. You know, it's a universal law. Okay, one cannot exist without the other. So 7 of Cups, yeah. This is confusion. 7 of Cups is confusion. 7 of Cups is Pisces energy. Again, we have the King of Swords, but also like I was telling you guys, and see, I'm really attracted to this magician. Look at him. He is very focused. See, his third eye is lit. He has his eyes on the prize, but he's very, it's almost like he's hypnotized, or he's sleepwalking, something like that. But he's being guided though. He's being guided because he's connected to source. He is seeing the mystery. He understands the mystery. And he knows how to manifest the mystery, the energy of source. He knows how to manifest his desires, and then he uses all the tools to do so, right? So don't get confused. Again, listen to your intuition, listen to your inner voice. You are prepared for this because you've healed already. So there's nothing to be afraid of. And I think that because you've healed, you have access, actually, some powers that you either never had, or that you were dormant, or that you kind of forgot you had because you were in the process of healing. You know, you were going through shadow work. So when we're in shadow work, we're on the floor. It's like, no, we don't, everything we believe is like, oh, you know, wow, everything is screwed. You know what I mean? So we don't see positivity. We're just like, ah. But then we have that awakening, and that's when the wheel turns. The wheel turns, okay? All right, so let's get a empathic oracle, and we'll get a wisdom oracle to close this reading. All right, Spirit, what do we have for Aquarius? April. There might be somebody coming in. It could be a Gemini. Two Gemini cards here. We have a lot of Gemini energy. You have the Lovers, Gemini. You have Magician, which is Gemini too. Sometimes Aries. And then you have the Gemini Astro dice. Okay, all the cards, what's going on? Sorry, they were flipped. Okay. Aries energy, Gemini energy. This person could be, it doesn't have to be. They could be a air sign. Well, Gemini is an air sign, right? But they could be also Aquarius like you, or Virgo. So you have two cards. Chameleon, I'm not surprised. Yes, you've changed. You've transmuted. You have upgraded. You've shape-shifted. It's that rite of passage. You opened the door. A new cycle has started for you. Now you are adaptable. Now you know that you can adapt to any situation because you have all the tools necessary to adapt to any situation. You understand the situation and you know how to proceed. But it takes power and it takes wisdom to do this, you know, perspective, wisdom, but you have to be in touch with your inner voice and your intuition too, in order to act accordingly in a situation. So that's what I want to say. You have to have control of your emotions, and you have to have control of whatever it is, your passions, your whatever. There's a need for you to not let it overspill, not let yourself get confused, or the people confuse you, or do things that confuse you. Okay? You need to be focused in order to shapeshift into the required persona for the situation. Okay? You're finding yourself, your powers again. Reconnecting with your powers. Finding your sovereignty. Finding you again. That's what's happening. Oh, sorry. Then you have air. That's you here. The awakening. Sorry. The awakening, and then you have the King of Swords. And like I told you, you have a lot of Gemini energy here in your reading. So it makes sense, right? But this is intelligence. But it could be emotional intelligence too. This is knowing. And your energy again. And like I was saying, this person could be an air sign. Whoever is coming into your life, it's a lover. It's a potential relationship. They definitely, I was saying air or Aries, but this just confirmed air sign. So, but this could also be you, like I said, all these just like in like this creativity coming towards you, and all this like these downloads coming to you. you being connected to source, the cosmos, you know, you being connected to the mystery and having the power to shapeshift. So you're really stepping into your powers, like I said, powers you had all along, but you didn't know. You knew, or you put them aside because you were too busy healing, which is normal. Or newfound powers, or all three. But one thing for sure is that you have power right now. You always have, but it's very, you acknowledging it and knowing how to work with it, understanding your power, it makes it even the more potent, right? Time for a nap, you might be overwhelmed. Well, every time we upgrade and we awaken, it is kind of tiring physically. You might even come down with a cold, body ache, weird body aches or migraines. It's normal. It's normal. So yeah, you might come up with some headaches. I don't know why I hear that. Or your third eye kind of doing some crazy stuff, vibrating or whatever. So, or getting like shivers. That's your intuition. That's spirit talking to you because you're tapped in. So make sure you rest as well, because there's a lot happening to you energetically right now. You're really upgrading. You're really upgrading. You're reconnecting to source. So you're going to be tired physically. And then you're doing a lot in your dreams as well, because that's when we connect really. We leave our body and we go. You know, we go work. We go do shit. Problem is that we don't remember all the time. But take time to nap. Also, it could be that this is when you get the information, you get the downloads. The creativity comes to you when you're sleeping. So you might want to start a journal if you haven't already. Maybe some of you, I hear, had one, but you stopped writing in it. Maybe it's time you get back to that. You know, because there's some information there for you. All right. So make sure you rest. You've been through a lot energetically, and you're going to, you know, you're being repaired. Your DNA is being repaired right now. So that's very tiring. So make sure you do rest, Aquarius. Okay. But this is a beautiful reading. You've done a lot of healing. There's more to come, but you definitely have opened the door right now to real happiness, to personal happiness, to balance, to you finding yourself again, and to beautiful things coming your way because you are manifesting them, because you're vibrating at the level of which at the level of the things you're asking spirit to deliver. So they're coming to you. Never doubt your inner voice. Make sure you don't get overzealous. Make sure you don't lose focus. Okay, make sure you don't lose focus though, all right? Don't let anybody either make you lose focus, confuse you. You don't do that to yourself, obviously, but don't let anybody else do that to you as well, okay? Stay in your sovereignty. You've worked hard to regain it. Your personal power, okay? You're the boss. All right, love you, Aquarius. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. It helps the channel grow. I will see you next time, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.